Hi guys, it's me, and I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on with my hair right now, but we just woke up in our house and I slept on my hair wet. But anyways, I know a lot of you guys watch me like in the morning or watch us in the morning when you're having your morning coffees, and so I thought, well, I will do a mini rant right now while I'm having my coffee because I don't know, something happened this morning that I just need to, rant about. And obviously I have a 7-month-old here who doesn't care, and a 2-year-old here that doesn't care, and my husband just left for work. So my husband took our daughter to school today. He always drops her off in the morning because it's easier so that I can sleep in with Kaya or nurse her in bed, which is great. I love him that he does that. Ava is a great kid. She's very smart. She's very sweet. She means well. But, oh my gosh, is she one of the most, she's an 8-year-old girl. So she's kind of, like I said, in her own little, la-la world. I know that that's completely normal. Trust me, I know it's normal. I know that I used to be that way. I know I used to frustrate my parents. But things have changed so much since I was a kid. I feel like kids are not expected to do as much anymore. I feel like they aren't expected to have as much responsibility. I feel like punishments are different now. Growing up, if I would have done something wrong, my parents would have spanked me. Not my parents. My dad would have. My mom would have flicked us. My dad would have spanked me. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily the right way of punishment. I'm not. But what I'm saying is that things were different back then. Nobody took a second to even think about it being wrong. That was just that. And I understand times need to change, all of that. But that was different. Our responsibilities were different. When I was Ava's age, I was, oh my gosh, let's see. I had my own day of the week where I did when I did the dishes, because we couldn't afford a dishwasher and there were 4 kids, so why not make us wash the dishes? I had a part of our backyard which I had to mow. We split it up, we quartered it because it was a big backyard. So I had to mow the lawn, do the dishes once a week, and then we also had our weekly chores, which I think mine was either bathrooms or vacuuming. I know you did mow the lawn with me, Wyatt. Ava doesn't have any responsibilities other than kind of sometimes entertaining Wyatt for me while I'm helping Kaya, or helping pick up the downstairs toys and cleaning her room, and that's basically it. We've just started doing making her wipe down the kitchen table and the chairs after dinner, and I tell you what, she cries the whole time because it's so hard, and it is the most frustrating thing in the world, because when you have 3 kids, sometimes it's easier, and it's partially my fault. I'm not saying that's all everybody else's fault or her fault, but sometimes it's just easier for me to do it myself because it gets done faster, it gets done correctly, and I don't have to sit there and yell at her to not sit there instead of doing what she's supposed to be doing. I don't know what it is or how she gets I don't know. I don't understand it. And back in the day too, things were not given to me so easily. She has a Kindle Fire at her dad's house, which is not his fault. His mom got it for her, and that's great. That's fine. She has her own computer at her grandma's house. She has, access here to a lot of cool things. She gets anything she wants toy-wise from, her grandparents or even us sometimes. And I know it's not everybody else's fault. I know it's our fault as well. But it's just frustrating because it's I never was treated that way when I was a kid. I got 25 cents a week at the most for my allowance to go to the candy store. You had to earn money, or you had to earn toys. And these days, kids don't have to earn squat, and I had to walk to school every morning, rain or shine. My dad and mom never dropped me off. They both worked full time. You had to walk there. You had to make your own lunch before you went to, and if you were late for school, you'd come home and you'd be in trouble. Ava gets driven to school every morning, gets picked up every afternoon. She still takes forever in the morning to get ready for school, to the point where she's almost late, and we're like, come on, And again, I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. She forgets to do her homework, and when I was in school, if I forgot to do my homework or forgot to bring it in, I would get in trouble by the teacher, and that would be it. Ava, if she forgets her homework at school, the teacher will make her redo it and then she, like, while everyone else is out at recess, and then if she can finish it in time, she can go out and enjoy recess with everybody else. So basically, she does her homework really quickly, goes out for recess for, like, the rest of the half. Again, back in the day, teachers would have never let us get away with that. They would have sent a no home with our, to our parents, and then I would have gotten in trouble. And yes, I know I'm supposed to be checking my daughter's school bag and all this other junk before she goes to school, but if I keep letting her skid by and having to remind her to do things, when is she ever going to learn to do them herself or to recheck herself? Do you know what I mean? So it's frustrating because even though, like, I'm trying to let her get in trouble at school, the teacher still doesn't get her in trouble at school. And then that brings me to my last point. She left her lunch in so John made her lunch. She left it in the van when he dropped her off for school. And he knew it the second she did it. And she just left. And our biggest thing is she's been doing this, like, quite often. And she's been charging, like, the school cafeteria, like, we'll just be fine. Oh, it's okay. We'll just charge you and your parents can send us money. So not only are we wasting food, like, and money from making the lunches, but then she's charging her lunches to the school cafeteria and then we're ending up owing at the end of the week, like, more money. And it just drives me insane. And she's been doing this all school year. So today she did the same exact thing. And John was just really, like, upset because she has, like, this is just a regular thing with her. It doesn't matter how often we tell her to just hang on to her handle. It's a 10-minute drive to her school. There's no reason why she can't just have it in her lap and remember it. But she still forgets it. So she ended up forgetting her lunch, okay? Alright, fine, whatever, she can pay the consequence. If I would have forgotten my lunch at home and I would have called home, first off, my parents would have been mad at me for even calling home for something that was my fault. Like, I would have gotten in trouble. And second off, they would not have gotten off of work or dropped everything to come and bring me my lunch. They just wouldn't. They would have said it was your responsibility, you had made this mistake over and over again, you have to live with it. That's what it would have been done. Ava, on the other hand, she went down to the school office and had them call us. Not only did they call our house, my cell phone, and then her dad's cell phone, and then her dad called me, and then John, but they called over and over again. And it's just like, for God's sakes, it's in lunch for one day. Like, how is she ever supposed to learn responsibility when she makes a small mistake like that and everybody freaks out? Like, it's the end of the world. Like, I really don't get it. Like, I feel like everybody's like, oh, this new generation is lazy, this new generation is irresponsible, this new generation is blah, 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 is whatever. Okay, well, this new generation is being coddled. Like, you guys can think of me as a terrible mother if you want. You can think of me as a super strict mother if you want. But I'm sorry, I am a hard worker. I have raised my kids, they are very polite. They are caring, they know that they need to clean up after themselves, they are happy, they are well-adjusted, they are all very smart, and it's because, yes, I am strict. I am strict to a certain degree because I have to be, because I don't want to raise a bunch of kids who are irresponsible, lazy, forgetful, and just a terrible addition to society, I don't want any of that. I don't want to have a hoodlum under my roof. That's my point. And it drives me insane that everybody around me just, like, coddles, like, the poo out of my kids. Like, it's that big of a deal if my kid goes without lunch for one day because she forgot her lunch for the 8th time in this month. You know what I mean? Like, they had to make it this huge ordeal to the point where I thought there was something wrong, like she was sick or she broke her arm, because they called so many times to our house, and they called her father to call us, because we didn't answer the phone, because we didn't hear it, because our ringer wasn't on, and I ended up hearing my cell phone. That's why I knew, because they called my cell phone finally. I thought there was something really wrong. No, she had just forgotten her lunch in the backseat of the van. That was what was so terrible. And the fact that they made such a huge deal out of it, when it was really not that big of a deal and it was her fault, that just tells her that it's okay to make a big deal out of small things that are her fault. You know what I mean? And it just drives me insane. And it's just like everybody, and that's the thing, like John, of course, dropped her lunch off on the way out of town, because if we wouldn't have, we would have been looked at as these, like, terrible parents. And that's my point, too, is that, we want to be strict, we want to show our kids responsibility and stuff like that, but because for some reason it's so taboo and it's so terrible to, like, I don't know, be a little bit hard on your kid, we get judged for it. It's like, holy cow, I don't know. Like, I don't understand what changed, because I know for a fact that some of you who are watching me can totally relate to how your parents raised you, and you probably are thinking you're either thinking two things of me right now. You're either agreeing with me and thinking, yeah, I'm a better person because my parents were stricter with me and taught me responsibility, or you're thinking, no, I don't want to be anything like my parents because my parents were too hard on me and I don't want to be that way with my kids. And that's fine. But for those of you who agree with me, I just I don't understand, I guess. And it would be nice to know if anybody else feels the same way, because I just don't get it, Adults complain about kids these days being lazy and disrespectful, but I kind of feel like we're just breeding lazy, disrespectful kids. Because to be completely honest with you, the way strangers treat my daughter because she's so pretty and so cute, it just feeds on to her, I'm not going to do anything for myself because I'm incapable to, because I'm just too pretty, I shouldn't have to, thing. She totally soaks it up. And I understand she is very pretty, but I'm sorry, that is not a way to live through life, by getting by on your looks. So I don't know. That's my rant. That is it. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I was an ugly kid growing up, and that's why everything was so hard on me. But I know for a fact, my parents, we camped in tents on a hard ground. We didn't have cabins. We didn't have money to. We hardly stayed in hotels. Ava, oh my gosh, she just expects it. She expects it. And I just have a feeling if things don't change, my other two kids are going to be like that, and we don't have the money to act like that. I don't even get, you know what she wants for dinner? Steak. Can I have some shrimp for dinner? Can I have steak for dinner? Who is this kid? I didn't even know what steak and shrimp tasted like until I don't even know how. It took a while. I don't know. I don't get it. Anyways, that is my rant. But I will talk to you guys all later. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.